In this video, I'm going to share the most important thing I'll be focusing on in this 2025 in order to achieve my goals. This new year, I'm going to focus more on my inputs over my outputs. I'm going to focus more on my inputs over the outcomes. I came to this realization when I was doing my yearly audit. If you've not done a yearly audit yet, I would recommend you to do it. And before I talk more about the inputs and the outputs, I'm going to share how I did my yearly audit. So the yearly audit goes this way. I write down all of my life domains, my health, my relationship, my spirituality, my career, my growth, all of the domains that make up my life. And I give them a rating. So from a scale of 1 to 10, how satisfied was I in these life domains, with 1 being not satisfied at all and with 10 being highly satisfied. So while I was reflecting on my 2024, I got to a point where I was like, okay, I didn't achieve a lot, or should I say I didn't achieve what I thought I would have achieved. And I realized it was action. I didn't take enough action. I took some action, but I would have taken more action. There are so many things that I carried over due to inaction. And again, this also came at a point where I learned some extra stuff in personal development and self-growth, and focusing on action is key. And that has led me to this realization of focusing more on inputs over outputs. So inputs refers to the things that are within your control, the things that you have full responsibility over, while the outputs are basically the end results of the goal. The thing is, we are used to setting goals in the frame of outcome. So when we set goals like I want to have a new job, I want to save a certain amount of money, or I want to lose weight, or I want to gain muscle. All of these goals, from the way it sounds, they are just talking mainly about the outcomes. They are not really talking about what you need to do in order to get there. I think that's where the mistake, or that's where the slowdown occurs, because when we think so much about the outcomes, we tend to feel like we've already achieved it, even when we haven't. So if you set a goal that you want to lose weight, just thinking that you're going to lose weight gives you that sense of accomplishment, because you've visualized it in your mind and you feel like, okay, that's what's going to happen. But at the same time, you're losing sight of what needs to be done in order to achieve that goal. And in order to focus more on your inputs, you need to create what they call systems. All right, systems. Some time ago, I was going through social media, and if you're on YouTube, Instagram, I would always see people saying, or other channels saying, build systems and don't set goals. Don't set goals, but build systems. So it got me wondering, while I totally understand where they're coming from now, I still think that every system, or every system comes from a hidden goal. So a goal is more of like the bigger frame, and a system comes out from it that will lead you to achieve that goal. So goals still matter. Goals are just like the big foundational blocks, but like the systems are what, or is the path that leads you to achieve those goals. When they say systems, it's just a bigger way of saying habits. Because if you look at it, your habits will lead to those goals. So the inputs that we're talking about is actually the habits you need to build in order to achieve that goal. So if you have a goal of, let me say, you want to lose weight or you want to gain muscle, a better way of reframing it is to say, this new year, I'm going to go to the gym 2 times a week or 3 times a week. I'm going to exercise 2 times a week, right? So put yourself in a state where you're forced to take action. That's all about the inputs. because when you position yourself to take more action, the output or the outcomes will take care of themselves. If you have a goal to save a certain amount of money by the end of the year, talking about saving the money won't really help you, right? But if you say, okay, every paycheck or bi-weekly or weekly, you're going to save a certain amount of money into an account where you don't have access to, then at the end of the day, you'll be able to achieve that goal. This leads me to talk about the compound effect, because all of our habits compound over time, and that's when we'll be able to see the results. But if we just set the goal, let's say the same example about losing weight, even if you go to the gym, let's say 5 times for 2 weeks and you stop, and you don't go to the gym after 3 months, you won't have the end results you're looking for. So even if you're going to the gym twice a week or you're exercising twice a week, if you do that continuously, it compounds, and over time, that's how you'll be able to have the results. So this year, I personally will focus more on my inputs, and that input will be developed through the system or through consistent habits that I'll develop to guide me, to lead me towards my outcomes. That's why I'm sharing this video. I just want to inspire someone. I just want to share this insight that I'm taking into 2025, and I just want you to go out there and set systems and build better habits so that you can focus more on the inputs that will lead you to have a wonderful life and to achieve your goals for 2025. So that's it, my friend, and I'll talk to you next time.